Galway Business Society to welcome you all here for the Dragon's Den final for the BizSoc Apprentice competition. I would like to start by welcoming our esteemed judges who will be talking to us in a second for 2 minutes each. Breffny Morgan, former contestant in the Irish Apprentice, went to Harvard, no big deal, NUIG better, and was on both the NUIG Galway and Harvard University rowing teams. Brendan Kennelly, Economics Lecturer in NUIG Galway, specialising in health economics, the welfare state, social policy and mental health policy, and Breda Fox, CEO of the Galway City and County Enterprise Board. So welcome to all up here. Give us 2 minutes to
I won't take up too much of your time. I just want to get stuck into your guys' ideas. I want to hear them. There's always such great enthusiasm with people in college coming up with proper ideas for businesses. You know, when you're in college, you usually have no money and the best ideas. When you're working, you've no idea and loads of money. So it's handy, you know, it's handy for you guys to get the opportunity to get this. There's a prize, isn't there?
€1,000.
£1,000, which is amazing. I started my first business with less than that. My first business, I won't waste too much of your time on it, but what I did was I started selling gone-off food, and it's actually perfectly legal to do that. More appropriately, food that was past its best before date. You see the shops in Tesco, the aisles in Tesco and everything, they sell up until the best before date. There's actually nothing stopping anybody selling this stuff afterwards, as long as you inform the customer about this. This all came from having to eat biscuits that were about a week past their best before date. I was stuck eating them non-stop for 4 days on a Russian cargo ship after we got rescued when we were rowing across the Atlantic Ocean. So this is when they say that, you know, if you change your scenery or change your perspective, you get these brainwaves, you know. So this happened. I said, well, you know, if this food is fine, I'm going to, you know, if I can eat it and I can sell it legally, I'm going to go do it. So I had a van, I had an employee, and it gives me great pleasure employing someone, which is nice. Even if it was only one fella, and I wasn't giving him much. And it only lasted, the whole thing only lasted 4 months. But in the space of that, you know, we had to go through all the nuts and bolts of it, setting up the website, incorporating, which was a pain. But what we used to do was make flyers and send them around to council estates and student accommodation. Of the photos we'd taken from the stock we'd gotten for half nothing, and we'd sell it for half nothing. So you're talking about getting biscuits and big bottles of Club Orange and all this for, you know, 20 cents, and amazing deals. And students were delighted with it, which is good. And it was actually going well, but the main thing about it was we didn't lose any money, and we gained a whole lot of experience, and it allowed us to go in, allowed me go off and do the Apprentice with being able to say I was a company director and all this. So, the thing is, like, a lot of people have ideas, but if you just get up and go follow them through, you know, it's amazing what they can lead to. Because if I hadn't come up with this, you know, idea for Use Now, which was the name of the business, I never would have been able to blag myself onto the Apprentice in the first place, and I don't know what I'd be doing. So another example of just going with something and running with it are my 2 mates from college. Tyler and Cameron Rinkervoss, who came up with the idea for Facebook. That's the idea that actually worked, not the gone-off food thing. But it just goes to show, if you have an idea, run with it. So I want to see the contestants in a few minutes, and I really hope that they actually go through and follow through on their proposals and actually make something happen. Because, you know, it's all very well reading about the successes of your peers, but it's kind of more fun being read about for your own successes. So I hope that happens with the guys who pitch here today, and I wish everybody a big success. Thanks.
I'm the CEO of the Galway County and City Enterprise Board now for almost a year, so I suppose my own background history will be I've spent almost 15 years in entrepreneurial startups myself, almost 10 years in the point in Dublin in the early 90s through to 99, and 5 years in my own business prior to taking up this role. One of the key things I think that Breffny says in terms of starting up your own business is the drive and the ambition of the promoter is key. And one of the reasons I'm very interested in being here today is one of the key parts of my job is to promote and encourage people to take up entrepreneurship as a real career choice. So I wish you all the very best of luck tonight. I know there's €1,000 for prize money today, but there is going to be a big fund announced by Enterprise Ireland next week, a £30,000 prize, it's a national prize, for the best business idea coming out of third level college. So hopefully we'll see one of you applying for that tonight. Okay, good luck.
Hello, how are you? It's a great pleasure to be here. For those of you who have been enduring me in Managerial Economics for the last 3 months, it could have been worse. We could have been taking one of the classes here up to a couple of years ago. There was a Wednesday afternoon lecture here, and it was awful. Why was it awful? Because, as you know, I like to walk around in the middle of a lecture, but the mobile microphone, even after 10 or 15 years of complaining, didn't work. And I was constrained, I was confined to this, and I couldn't express myself the way I wanted to express myself in lectures. And I am, speaking of expressing myself, I'm looking forward very much to seeing all of you contestants express themselves. I think it's a fantastic opportunity. I think one of the things that is a challenge for all of us in university is to create the environment, whether projects or assignments or extracurricular activities, where you really get a chance to get hands-on experience that's going to stand to you in good stead. I'm fed up with saying to people, look, we've got to take chances. Here we are, we're in a tough situation economically, but look, we're going to get out of it. And as we're getting out of it, there's going to be lots of success stories. We'll be listening in 5 years' time to people like you and others who will be saying, my idea was, or I thought of it first in 2011, whether it was rowing across the Atlantic or, you know, taking a road trip across the United States, or there's a great line from a fantastic Bob Dylan song that comes to mind, where he says, the guy in the song says, I ain't got no money, and the reply is, that ain't necessary. And that's a fantastic line. Any man who can get the word necessary into a fantastic song is Bob Dylan. So okay, I won't hold you anymore. Good luck, and I'll see you around.